Hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone is fine and doing well. Yesterday we started grammar class, a new chapter that is verb. But I didn't explain the topics which we did yesterday because I'm not well, so I didn't uploaded any video. But today I'm going to explain all the topics related to verbs. So, what is verb? Words that tell us what someone or something does are called verbs. Most verbs name actions and are doing words. We all know what is verb, right? All action words are called verb. Whatever we are doing, whatever animals, people or things, whatever, all the things are going on, the doing words, all these are called verbs. Now, words that tell us what someone or something is or has are verbs too. What is a person is or what someone has with him or her, that is also called verb. Like John is a singer, Pretty has crayons. Am, are, was, were, have and had are some more examples of such verbs. Sometimes we add these verbs to doing words and use them together as a verb. When used like this, they become helping verbs. We add ing to the doing verb to use them with helping verbs. Like John is singing, Pretty was drawing. So am, are, was, were, have and had are also some examples of verbs. And usually we use these with other verbs, and then it becomes helping verb. Now, subject verb agreement. A sentence always has a subject and a verb. We all know, yes? The subject of a sentence is the person or thing that carries out the action of the verb. It is the person or thing that does, is, or has. Like Ravi walks home from school. Ravi is my big brother. Ravi has a bag full of books. So subject is that part of the sentence which always do the verb. That means which always carry on the action. The subject and verb must always agree in number and person. Both of them should agree in numbers and in person. If the subject is singular, the verb will be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. And this is known as subject-verb agreement. For example, Kripa eats a sandwich in the break. Kripa and her friends eat together. Jimmy looks happy. Jimmy and his friends look happy. So, Kripa is singular, eats is singular. So, then Kripa and her friends are plural, it is plural. So, what is the main important thing is that the subject and the verb should be same. If the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb should also be plural. And this is called subject-verb agreement. When two or more singular nouns are joined together, the verb is plural. Daman and Meera sing well. Arun and Joya are friends. They have fun together. So two or more singular nouns, we all know. If we join them, then it becomes plural. And then the verb has to be written in plural. Now more on subject-verb agreement. If the subject is a collective noun, the verb will usually be singular. For example, the team is going to Chennai for a match. So collective nouns we all know, right? So if the subject is a collective noun, then the verb will be in singular form. If two subjects are joined together by and but talk about the same thing, then the verb will be singular. Like rice and dal is my favorite meal. So we are joining two subjects, but it is joined with and and we are talking about the same thing. Both of the subjects are telling the same thing, doing the same work, giving the same meaning, then the verb will be singular. Like rice and dal, we are talking both about food items, so your verb is singular, is. If two subjects are connected by the words or, nor, either, or, not only, but also, then the verb will be singular. Like either John or his brother has written his note. So, if two words, two subjects, we are talking about two person or two things, two animals, whatever, and they are connected by these words or, nor, either or, not only, or but also, then the verb will be in singular form. Titles of books and movies are always treated as singular and used with singular noun. The Incredibles was a popular children's movie. So books title, movies title, how many words are there, but it is considered to be as singular. Then the verb also becomes singular. When the subject is that, this, anybody, nobody, someone, anyone, everything, something or anything, the verb will be singular. So if these words are the subjects, that is that, this, anybody, nobody, someone, anyone, everything, something or anything, then also the verb is in singular form. Next we have is phrasal verbs. A phrasal verb is a verb that is paired with another word. The meaning of a phrasal verb is quite different from the verb by itself. There are many phrasal verbs in English and they make language interesting and colorful. The verb take means to hold or remove something, but take off, rise into the air, take down, defeat someone, take over, gain control of something, take up, start a new hobby or fill up a space. So phrasal verb is also verb and that is paired with another word. The meaning of a phrasal verb is quite different from the verb by itself. Okay, the meaning of the phrasal verb is different from the verb itself. Like the verb take, the meaning of the verb take means is to hold something or to remove something. But when we add off with take, then it becomes take off and the meaning is different, rise into the air. With take, if we add down, take down, meaning is different, defeat someone. So these are phrasal verbs. So the phrasal verb meaning is different from the verb itself. Then we have object of a verb. You have learned that the subject in a sentence is the person or thing that carries out the action of a verb. It can also be called the subject of the verb. The object of the verb is the person or thing in a sentence that directly receives the action of the verb. It usually comes after the verb in a sentence. Okay, subject means the person or thing which do the action. And now the object means that person or thing in the sentence that is receiving the action of the verb. The action is done by the subject and it is received by the object. So it is written after the verb. For example, Farah wrote a story. Then Mummy and Mina swam in the lake. So here Mummy and Mina is subject, lake becomes object, Farah is the subject, story becomes the object. Do not let the other words in a sentence confuse you. Remember, to identify the subject and object in a sentence, first identify the verb. To identify the subject, ask yourself who or what is doing the action of the verb. To identify the object, ask yourself to whom or to what is the action of the verb being done. Then we have transitive and intransitive verb. First, read this sentence. Jay opened the book. Sheetal threw the ball. In this sentence, the verbs opened and threw have the objects book and ball. Without the object to complete the action of the verb, the sentence would be incomplete and would not make sense. Jay opened, Shital threw. A verb that needs an object to complete its action is called a transitive verb. Now read these sentences. Jay exercises, Shital smiled happily. In these sentences, the verbs exercises and smile do not have an object, yet the sentences are complete and make sense. A verb that does not need an object to complete its action is called an intransitive verb. So transitive verb means those verb which needs an object to complete its action. That means in the sentence there should be an object. Like Jay opened the book. Here opened is the verb and the book is the object. So if we say Jay opened, then the sentence is incomplete. To complete the sentence, we have to write Jay opened the book. And intransitive verb are those verb which does not need an object to complete its action. For example, Jay exercises. We understood what Jay does. So here we don't need an object to complete its action. To complete the verb, we don't need an object for the verb to complete its action. Here the verb itself explains the whole sentence. Next we have models. You have learned about the helping verbs is, am, are and so on. Models are another kind of helping verbs that expresses ability, possibility, permission, opinion, necessity or advice. Models are also verbs. They express ability, what a person can do, possibility, what can happen, permission to ask, opinion, someone's opinion on something, necessity or advice. And those words are can, could, may, must, should. Okay, you can do better, that is ability. We could go to Chandigarh, that is possibility. You may come inside, that is permission. You must be tired, opinion. You must say thank you, necessity. You should see a doctor, advice. In each of these examples, you can see that the model is used before an action verb. Can, could usually expresses ability or permission. May is a more formal word that expresses permission. May and might also expresses possibility. Should and must usually expresses opinion, advice or necessity. We use a model plus not to make a negative sentence. You cannot have my ice cream. You may not talk in the library. You might not go if it rains. You must not get so angry with your sister. So models are also used with the word not to make negative sentences. Contractions. Read these sentences. I can't swim. You shouldn't shout. They haven't left. In these sentences, the words can't, that is can plus not, shouldn't, that is should plus not, and haven't, that is have plus not, have been formed by combining two words and using an apostrophe in place of the missing letter or letters. This is called contraction. Okay, what is contraction? When we add two words together but by putting an apostrophe there, like can plus not. We miss out an O from not, then we give an apostrophe there and write T. It becomes can't. Then should plus not, it becomes shouldn't. So when we miss out letters from two words and join the two words with an apostrophe, that is called contraction. I hope you are clear with all the topics given on verb. If you have any doubt, you can clear it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.